The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today in this webinar series. So, for whom new to this series, actually, we are conducting every Tuesday a webinar in different areas of SOLIDWORKS, different disciplines. So, for example, last Tuesday, we were into simulation. Today, we will speak about different topic, which is data management. Hope that all of you can hear us and can see the screen. If you do have any challenge to see the screen or to hear us, please let me know in the chat area. So today we're speaking about get your data under control, and generally it will be about data management. We will go through all the basic capabilities of data management with the technical information. So let me remind you with the goal why we conducted these sessions Tuesday with SolidWorks. Actually, the main purpose is stay connected with you whenever you are, wherever you are. If you're still in your home office or you get back to your work office, we need to be connected with you. And the main idea here is to provide you with a lot of knowledge, technical knowledge. So it's not going to be on product promotion, nothing like that. It's will be all about technical information. And we need to listen from you. We need to hear from you. And that's why we're going to conduct some poll sessions, poll questions in this webinar. And also at the end, we will be happy to receive all of your questions. So today, our presenter is coming from company CAD-CAM. They are our partners since long time now, since 2000. Actually, we have a very successful partnership with them, along with each other's, hand by hand, to provide to add value to our customers. So today presenter, his name is Muhammad Tariq. Muhammad Tariq is one of the elite application engineer. For whom doesn't know what does it mean, elite application engineer. Those guys, they need to go through a series exam, a lot of them, more than 14 exams to get that title, elite application engineer. So he's expert in many disciplines or many products in SOLIDWORKS, not only the CAD, but also electrical, simulation, data management, and much more. So let me give the floor now to our presenter, Muhammad Tariq. The floor is yours.
Okay, thanks, Mohammad, for the great introduction. Okay, just making sure that you can hear me and see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, that's good. So, good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Tariq. I'm an application engineer at CAD-CAM. First of all, I would like to thank you all for attending this webinar from Tuesdays with SolidWorks. In today's webinar, I will talk about data management in SolidWorks PDM, just like Mu'taz has given us a great introduction. Let's review an introduction video for SolidWorks PDM and its capabilities. Now, let's get started. I hope you enjoyed the video. Actually, it gives you a quick introduction to SOLIDWORKS PDM and what we will discuss today. Before we go in depth, I'd like to tell you that SOLIDWORKS today is existing actually in 80 countries around the world, 275,000 customers, and over 5.5 million users. The real fact is that data management is unique for every one of them. Today, we will show you how SOLIDWORKS PDM introduces capabilities to suit and serve every and each customer with their needs. Our case study today is a corporation called Print Corporation. It's the world's leading manufacturer of custom plastic thermoform packing and related systems for the medical devices, electronics, and consumer products industries. Their main challenge was streamline and automate design and manufacturing processes to save time, improve accuracy, and increase, of course, their global collaboration in support of business growth. We have divided today's webinar into two main parts. The first part is full data management, and the second part is complete product development. In the first part of full data management, we will talk about SOLIDWORKS PDM user interface and how it will help you organize and totally take control over your organization documents. In this portion, we will talk about how familiar and organized is working inside SOLIDWORKS PDM. Also, how it enables you to manage all of your design data inside your file vault. Let's get started with the user interface and see how any user who actually uses Windows Explorer can use SOLIDWORKS PDM in just no more than 5 minutes. PDM Vault is like any ordinary folder in your Windows Explorer, except you must use your login credentials to access the entitled folders and files. We are using the folder structure, just like in Windows Explorer, to organize projects in the form of folders. Here we are creating a new folder to represent a new project. Then we will use the ordinary drag and drop to place some predefined files into our file vault, just like you do within different locations in your hard disk. After that, you must check in those files to be shared with all people within your organization who have permissions to see them. After that, you can see the preview tab. It's a very powerful feature that is not just for SOLIDWORKS drawing files or assembly files. It's used for very much file types like Microsoft Office or PDFs and so on. Also, SOLIDWORKS PDM has a very powerful search tool that can search not only for file names but for properties also like description and part numbers. Here, we are using part number to search for a specific file. Then we will use the preview tab to verify which file we are actually need. As we will be introducing more technical information in this presentation, let's get started by demonstrating what are SOLIDWORKS PDM components and how it's working. For PDM, we have two main components, server components and the clients components. For server components, we have three main components. First of all, the archive server. And that's where all design data files and other documents are stored. Then the database server, which must be hosted in SQL Server. And this is responsible for managing data in the archive server. Number three, we have the license server, which is responsible for license distribution for clients who want to use SOLIDWORKS PDM. In the other side, for clients, we have only Vault View, something called Vault View. Vault View is actually communicating with all the three server components, archive server, the database server, and the license server. Also, at every client installation, we have the admin tool, which enables you to administrate your PDM file vault. And we will go through different options using the admin tool in this presentation. By the way, you can always open the admin tool by going to Start at your Windows and type the word administration. By using admin tool, you can easily add any search fields you'd like. Just like we have seen in the video, we have searched it for part numbers. Okay, so you can add any search fields. You will have to follow the following steps. First of all, you will need to open the admin tool and then open the search card you would like to edit from within the admin tool by double-clicking on it. Then you will need to add search field to the card in the form of editable text field. So you can edit this field and connect that field to a specific variable. Actually, variable is predefined and you can define any new variables you would like to enable PDM to search within this variable values within files. So we have a variable value for every and each file at our PDM vault. Finally, you will need to guarantee access for users and groups to be able to use the search card at their vault view. We have seen how easy to use SOLIDWORKS PDM and how it's also very easy to add searchable fields in the search cards to be used by anyone in your organization. Before going into the second point, we would like to take your vote in the displayed question, which is, what is more painful while working within SOLIDWORKS CAD files? First answer is renaming CAD files and updating references. The second answer is moving CAD files and updating references. Okay, I think.
Okay, so let's run the poll.
Mhm.
So we are expecting your contribution, please. If you can see the screen. So again, the question is, what's the main painful for you? So is it renaming the CAD files and updating references when you are using Windows Explorer, or maybe it's moving CAD files? So if you have some sort of files that belong to the library or something, sometimes you're opening the assembly and you cannot find the toolbox component. That's always happening. So again, we all use Windows Explorer as a present data management if you do not have a proper one like SOLIDWORKS PDM. So would you be able to answer the question, please? Okay, I think a lot of contributions are there. So let's show the answer. So it's 50-50, I can say. Some of the attendees today, they have a painful of renaming the files, and others, they have a painful of moving the CAD files. So get back to you, Mohammed.
Okay, so we are talking here about a process that can really consume minutes to hours, Mu'taz, to be done, and it's not for 1 minute it's not for one time, but it's repeated task. So the second point here we will talk about is how SOLIDWORKS PDM will help you organize your data wherever, how large and complicated it is. Okay. Before we get started with the models inside SOLIDWORKS, let's review the design and organize our project folders. By clicking on the models data card, I have access to all the critical information about my design. Also, I have access to the bill of material of this design, this assembly I mean, from within Windows Explorer, including part numbers, quantities, and I can actually add any column to this bill of material view. Also, the system provides an organized and view of all file references structure from contain and where used tabs. Now let's sort the design folder and take a look of what we have. Here I have noticed that I have an assembly needs a part number. So let's go ahead and just rename it. Of course, SOLIDWORKS PDM handles all the references updates for me. I have also noticed that many components are purchased and need to be moved to a common library folder. This can be accomplished easily by using the ordinary cut and paste without any negative impact on our design. Now, let's open the drawing and see the references to get ready for some modeling. All the references were updated and we have no impact on our design. We have seen several efficient tools that really can organize your files and eliminate hours of repeated and tedious tasks done for every project you have. So we have another question here. What is wasting more of your time? And we have three answers. The first of all is save the file by mistake. And so, of course, you can't get the old version if you are working on the ordinary Windows Explorer. The second option is delete the wrong file. And the third option is search for a specific file for a long time. And let's see the results.
So, gentlemen, pick up your mouse and select the result. This is interactive session. This is an open session. So please go ahead and pick whatever you choose. Again, the question is, what is the, wasting more of your time? Is it saving the file by mistake, or deleting the wrong file, or searching for a specific file? Okay. Let's give you another 3 seconds. Okay, thank you for your contribution. Let me share the results.
So
I can see 50%
saving the file by mistake. Yeah. So actually, this is a common issue.
Overwriting the file.
Yes, of course. So we have just 4% of deleting the wrong file. That's mean we have a very hard disk consumption. So we don't even delete any files. So you will have a long time in searching for the specific file because you don't delete any files. Okay. Okay, then we will talk now about managing your files and data inside SOLIDWORKS PDM through a very flexible workflow and having the full history of your files and modifications. Now, I will use the search tool to add some components to my design. In this case, let's look for a sprocket guard to add. As you can see, the results are very easy to understand, and with the powerful workflow capabilities, I can easily see that one of these guards have been obsoleted. So I will grab the active one to add into my design. Now I will use some standard and ordinary SOLIDWORKS assembly methods to add some mates. And with the guard in place, let's go ahead and find some related hardware to attach it with. Of course, we all know that hardware is best used with configurations within SOLIDWORKS, and the PDM search tool actually helps us find the right configuration for our design. Now, I will select the correct configuration and insert our hardware into our design. Let's add some mates. Okay, after we have finished the modeling, let's finalize the drawing to ensure data updating. After that, let's check the file into the vault. And here, we will use the integrated PDM SOLIDWORKS inside SOLIDWORKS task pane to check in your files. If you need, actually anytime, if you need to access the old version, you can just select the desired version from the task pane. And all the related file versions will be retrieved from the server. Now I will get the latest version again of my design. And then I will change the state of the files and follow the automatic notifications will be sent automatically to other team members. As you can see, I'm getting the latest version that I have just modified, and then I will change the state to send these modifications to other team members. Okay. If we take a look at the title block, we will see that SOLIDWORKS PDM has automatically updated the new revision and created a new revision of our file. We'll see that it's the first revision and it's number A because this is the first release. Finally, you can see that the complete history of the file from the beginning until the release, which has been through during its life cycle, till it reaches the release state. Okay. If you open the workflow from within the admin tool and selected the approved transition, we are talking here about this transition. We will add some actions to happen when the file passes from pending approval state into released state through the approved transition. So you will see in Actions tab, if you navigate to Actions tab, you will see several actions have been added, like updating variable values or converting drawing into PDFs. You can actually add any desired actions to be done to the file when it passes through this transition. Also, if we have checked the notification tab, you will see that some notifications have been added to notify users and the groups of the actions that have been done to the files in the specific folder. So from Actions tab, we can add the desired actions that will happen to the file when it passes from one state to another. And from the Notifications tab, we can actually add and select which, whatever users we want to notify about modifications that happen to the specific files in the specific folders. So with fully control over versions and revisions, which SOLIDWORKS PDM provides, you will never lose any file or delete it by mistake. Actually, this is one of the most key elements of SOLIDWORKS PDM, that you will never lose a file or repeat any work has been done. We have reached the end of part 1 of full data management. As briefing, we have talked about how easy is SOLIDWORKS PDM user interface and how you will eliminate any confusion in file references during renaming or moving your files within the SOLIDWORKS PDM file vault. Also, you are having a full control over versions and revision through a very flexible workflow. Of course, all of these capabilities will save you a lot of time during your design cycle. The second part of our presentation today is product development tools. We have divided this section into 3 parts: collaborative, integrated, and automated. By collaborative, we mean SOLIDWORKS PDM tools that provides collaboration between other teams and other systems. Here, we will talk about collaboration between other people and systems. Now we have released a design. We have released the design, an already released design, and it's on the production line. But we want to create a new revision as an improvement to our product. So we need to change the state of our design and send it to the change request pending state. So then I will check out the file to start working on it. Now, without using SOLIDWORKS at all, managers can open the drawing files using the e-drawing and add some notes and markups to the files to represent the needed modifications. Okay, then I will say just close and save, and I will check in the file to be able to change its state and send it to the design team to start working on the required modifications. Of course, adding comments here to versions and the transition is very helpful when it comes to the tracing of the file history. As you can see, I'm typing every comment at every change I'm doing on the file. Okay, we have seen tools that is very easy to use from managerial level without even the need to use SOLIDWORKS. This will be helpful for managers which have a limited time and will enable them to review and approve any required documents. Okay, now we will talk about integration between SOLIDWORKS PDM and other non-CAD softwares like Microsoft Office products, and how we will use this to initiate something called ECO or ECN. I think most of the audience are familiar with ECOs or ECN, but if you are not familiar with ECO, and it stands for Engineering Change Order, and it's required when you need a new revision of an already released product. Now let's see how SOLIDWORKS PDM handles all the required ECOs processes. Now, as another manager has received the notification and read the notes we have done in the last demonstration, let's initiate a formal ECO. On this design, as you can see, the template card. The template card are storing all the ECO information, and we are creating a references now between ECO and the related CAD files, which will be modified. So they will stick together during workflow transition, just like copy and paste references. Okay. Now we will check the contains. We will check the contains and where used tab to make sure we have created the references correctly. Okay. Now we will open the ECO document and fill up all the required information for the ECO. Also, you can notice that all the data were entered during ECO creation in the data card were populated inside the file. Now we will check in the file from within Microsoft Word add-in, just like the add-in we have used and seen inside SOLIDWORKS interface. We have another add-in in Microsoft Office products, and we can check in, check out, get some versions, and so on. Okay, so now I'm checking in, and also you can retrieve older version of all file types, just like we have did in the CAD files from within SOLIDWORKS. Let's get back to the latest version. After that, this is the old version. Okay, and now I will get the latest version of the file, and then I will send it to workflow transition. Okay, this data card actually is having much information, and you can actually add any fields that holds for the specific specific file information. Okay, so then I will send it through workflow transition. Here you can see and notice that ECO file is pulling the related CAD file with it through different workflows. And when I submit for approval the ECO, you will see the change state for the CAD files from change under review into work in process. So the change of state for the ECO actually causes the change of state of the assembly files and related CAD files. And you can accomplish this during PDM workflows by renaming all the transitions the same transitions, the same names. Okay. SOLIDWORKS PDM Professional allow you to create any desired folders or file templates to be used as project or ECO files. Just open templates from within the admin tool, and you can navigate through the wizard to complete all the required information. Here, I will show you an example of the wizard used to create any template. Okay, so first of all, you will need to specify the template name. Of course, we need a name. Then you must specify the execution permission for the template, whether selecting the logged in user or selecting a specific user. Okay, then add any cards that you want user to fill during using this template, just like the template we have used, the card we have used, and we have seen in adding the ECO file. You have seen the pop-up card. You can add any card, you can design any card and make it pops up to the user to fill up any data. And you can relate all information from this card into the Word file itself and vice versa. Okay, then you will need to specify, the next step is to specify the folders and file structure to be created by this template. Of course, here we have only one file. Okay, and you can see the show card is the file card, data card, not the template card. There is a difference between the file card and the template cards. You can use two cards using your template. Okay, then you must select a specific icon for your template. Finally, you will have to guarantee permissions to users and the groups to be able to use this template. By this, you have reached the end of creating your template, just easy like this. Okay, we have seen how easy to use and set up any ECO template inside SOLIDWORKS PDM. and use the Microsoft product add-ins altogether to achieve seamless workflow associativities. The third and last portion today is automation tools introduced by SOLIDWORKS PDM Professional to eliminate the repeated and tedious tasks that users have to do at every and each project, like generating PDFs or incrementing revisions and approval signatures. Now let's go ahead and open this design and make some design changes. Let's wait. Let's add some slots to reduce the weight, but wait a second. I need to know where this file has been used. Using SOLIDWORKS PDM add-in, we can see that this file has been used in other several designs. So I think it's a better idea to give it a new part number using the ordinary save as feature and updating data code. Okay, now I will give it a new name. Okay, now I'm modifying the data code that populates with any file placing into my vault and updating information. Now assembly has updated correctly, so let's go ahead and update the drawing. Okay, let's navigate to the drawing. Okay, as we have finished all the required modifications, we will remove the markups and check in the drawing back into the file. Now let's move it. After this, we will move it to be reviewed before the final release. I'm adding some notifications and some check-in notifications and comments. Okay. When I'm doing this, the manager will give final approval to release the document as a new release with revision B will be automatically created. And you can see here, if I refresh, I will see now that this is the final approval. Okay, the manager will approve the file, and then this is the ECO. Change state, design approved. Just like this. Okay, approved, and you will see that the CAD files will move its state from pending approval to released, and automatically the revision has been incremented. Okay. As you can see here, a new PDF was automatically created without any interference from the user. This is actually, we are talking about the tedious task of creating PDFs and sending notification to some users. Okay. You can add several actions into workflow transitions. Here we have created a task called convert, and actually the convert task is predefined with any PDM installation. You can just import it into the admin tool and into your vault. After just configuring the convert task, then I will add this task to the approve transition. Just double click on the approve transition. Okay, and you will see that execute task and the convert is selected. So we will have to add the new action, a new action as task execution for the convert for specific file types. As you can see, I'm calling it publish SOLIDWORKS drawing to PDF using convert to PDF task, and I'm selecting this the execution method, and for specific file types SOLIDWORKS drawing. Now we will use templates to create a new project and populate project information from project template. So now we are creating folders and files, not just files, just like we have seen in the ECO. Now I'm just filling some information just by clicking OK. I'm seeing that the new project with automatic numbering and with the full structure that have been created into my vault. Now let's see how to create this template, this project templates from within the admin tool. Okay, just like the same steps of creating the ECO we have seen before, just like here, we are adding several folders. Instead of just one file, we are adding several folders into files and folders tab. Okay, we have seen different automation tools inside SOLIDWORKS PDM that will let you eliminate any tedious and repeatable work that consumes time and from every and each project you are working on. Okay, as a conclusion for part 2, we have talked about workflows, versions and revisions, and how SOLIDWORKS PDM Professional provides you with ECO management, and how several automation tools is provided through SOLIDWORKS PDM Professional. Of course, all of the 2 parts, our presentation was talking about shortening the product developments time and getting you faster to the market with much less total cost. Now, if you are interested in learning more information on how to modify your PDM system, and you can actually visit my.solidworks.com and search for PDM in the training section, and you will find several lessons and detailed lessons actually. And it's very helpful in training materials to help you modify all your Vault. Okay, let's now get back to our case study. We have talked about in the beginning of our presentation, the print corporation that we have told. Almost by using SOLIDWORKS PDM, they have shortened the lead times to as little as 2 weeks. Of course, this has reduced time to market and improved design accuracy and product quality. Also, in under 10 minutes, you can find out exactly what your company's return on investment, ROI, would be after implementing SOLIDWORKS PDM. To do this, you will just need to visit the official SOLIDWORKS website and go to the Products tab and then selecting the SOLIDWORKS. Okay, by this, I have reached the end of this presentation, and we will be happy, me and Mu'taz, to hear and answer all of your questions.
So, thank you, Tarek, for this very informative session.
Thanks.
Actually, we do have some questions for you and actually for me. So, Ali started the questions. Ali, question is, the files that are being accessed are saved on a local server or on the cloud?
No. Okay.
So, let me comment on that because you know, normally in SOLIDWORKS PDM, you have to provide the servers, the infrastructure that Muhammad Tarek explained, which is archive server and database server. You as a customer, you have to provide the infrastructure, all of these servers. So normally when you are saving a file, you're saving the file in 2 locations. First one on the archive server, and second one on your local computer. By this way, SOLIDWORKS PDM will synchronize between them. So you don't have to take care about the synchronization or the control or managing these data. SOLIDWORKS PDM will take care of that. However, we have another cloud solution if you are interested to know more about it. And actually, this is the second question from Ali. So is the PDM tool available on the 3D Experience platform? And the answer is no. We have 2 different flavors here. The first one is SOLIDWORKS PDM, which is highly customizable solution that you can customize a lot of things over there. But however, it will require IT effort, it will require server infrastructures. But the other solution, which is collaborative industrial innovation, this solution, this is a rule on the platform, which ready-made solution is straightforward solution that you can implement a data management solution on the cloud. This is belong to the 3D Experience platform. So most probably we will have a dedicated session just to explain what is 3D Experience platform for the rest of attendees. And maybe I know that some of you didn't hear about it. So we will give a series of webinars related to the 3D Experience platform. And one of them, of course, will be speaking about collaborative industrial innovator, which is the first gate for data management on the platform. So another question from Joseph. So does PDM has its own license or is included in the current license? And let me handle this question again. So we do have 2 packages of SOLIDWORKS PDM. The first one called PDM Standard and the second one called PDM Professional. when you do have a SolidWorks CAD Professional or CAD Premium, you already have some of these capabilities, which is SolidWorks PDM standard. This capability is a little bit limited. Actually, the limitation comes from the SQL Server, because behind the scene, you're going to have SQL Server Express, not a standard. So with SolidWorks PDM Professional, you will get SQL, behind the scene, there's a working SQL Server standard, which is unlimited capabilities. So for example, Muhammad Tariq showed us how to create a template folder that once he create a folder, everything will be there. The folder structures, some of the template files, the serial number will be there. And actually this capability does not exist, for example, in PDM standard. Another example on that, if you need to connect with the ERP. So we do have in PDM Professional a dedicated capability to export XML files, like bill of material files, out of the vault that ERP can read it. However, in SolidWorks PDM standard, you do not have this capability. Hope that answered the question, Joseph. Any other question? Okay. Okay, so I'd like to thank you all. Thank you for our presenter today. We have.
Thank you.
Okay. So Andre, so sorry, Mohammed, we have to stay for a little bit. So what's going to happen in the future with SQL Server? Will the client have to obtain their own license? Actually, Andrew, yes. The current SQL Server that provided with the PDM is only SQL Server 2014, which will not be compatible with SolidWorks PDM 2021. So in the near future, you as a customer, you have to provide your own SQL Server. And because actually the current SQL Server that we are providing with SolidWorks PDM is not upgradable. So you cannot upgrade that version. Okay. Hope that answered the question, Andrew. Okay, thank you. Okay, Ali again. Does the PDM come with SolidWorks educational version? Yes, Ali, it's coming with SolidWorks educational version. There is a dedicated version for PDM education. For more information, please contact your nearest reseller, and he will provide you with a lot of information about the educational license, because it's a little bit different structure in the education. Thank you, Andrew. So, any more questions, please? Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for joining us today, and hopefully we can see you on the next Tuesday. We're gonna speak about in deep details about echo and search. So Muhammad Tariq today give us some insight about engineering a change order. How can we do that as a users? But how can we really have different scenarios? So and next Tuesday, we will explain that in details. Also, we will explain a lot of capabilities regarding search inside of PDM. So thank you all. Thank you so much, and hope to see you soon in the next Tuesday webinar. Have a great day today.